$150 off. I don't really wear makeup. Did I return it after trying it? I hardly ever go into Sephora. It's so intimidating to me. The highlighter is highlighting. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I thought it'd be fun to do a little Sephora and Ulta haul. I've mentioned before in my previous video that I don't really wear makeup. The only makeup I wear is mascara, and then I color in my eyebrows because my eyebrows are basically blonde. I love you. So I'm not really a makeup wearer. I color my eyebrows because they're like blonde, and as you guys can see, I like to keep my hair nice and dark. I am getting touched up soon, but even when my hair is natural, I have naturally brown hair, my eyebrows are just so much lighter. So anyways, I like to color my eyebrows, I wear some mascara, and that's really it. But I go through these phases where I do like to wear makeup sometimes. And I definitely find myself more so in these phases of wanting to wear makeup when I'm watching trash TV shows like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, The Bachelorette, which I barely watch, but you know, just throwing that in there. Love Island, Love is Blind. You know, you see all these females, they're all done up, and then like, it gives me that itch, right? So that's what's been happening lately. I've been getting that itch, and then on top of it, I live in New York. It has been just dark and gloomy and cold here, and I just feel so pale and so right? So I decided to go splurge a little bit, you know, treat yourself, and it went a little bit crazy. So I thought I could share with you guys what I got, and then I also need your guys' opinion and your input on something. So we will start with Sephora. I got more stuff there than I did at Ulta, I think. So let's start with Sephora first. So first things first, little brush set. Because obviously I can't apply makeup without brushes, right? So I got the Sephora brand. It was like $44 for those, I think. Next, we got foundation. So my friend has this and swears by it. And I purchased this once before, and then I canceled the order just because it is $60. Actually, last time I bought it was $55, but then I canceled the order. This time when I repurchased it, it was $60. But it's the Dior Forever Skin Glow. So I'm excited. So I ended up going with the 2N color. I originally got the 2.5N, but when I picked up the order, I actually asked the girl if she thought that shade was okay or if I should go with the 2N. So she did put they had the sample size of the 2.5N out, so she put some of that on my face. And she was like, I do think it's a little bit warm. I would go with the 2N if I were you. But they didn't have a sample of the 2N, but I still took her word for it. And I gotta say, everybody there was so nice. I hardly ever go into Sephora. It's so intimidating to me. But everybody was so friendly, and so she put it on like half of my face, and it was really funny because I'm like, first of all, it smelled really good in my opinion. And second of all, then my entire drive home, I like felt like my hoodie was rubbing up against my cheek, and I was like, I'm gonna get makeup on it. And I'm like, I just spent all this money on makeup, and yeah, you know, when you're not used to wearing makeup, like, yeah. So anywho, Dior Forever Skin Glow. And then we got, oh, this was a repurchase. I've purchased this before. Oh, the other one's in my bag. I actually applied this in my last vlog, but it is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump by Tarte. But this camera doesn't like to focus very much. I do it in the primrose color. I love myself in like these like nudie brown colors, but I love this stuff. Does it actually plump my lips? That I don't know, but I think it hydrates them pretty well, and they don't get like flaky and whatnot. And again, this was a repurchase. I bought the other one like 3 years ago. By no means did it actually last me 3 years. Like at this point, it's so down in the barrel. Like I'm like, you know, really scooping it out of there. But finally repurchased that. I can't remember how much this was. It could have been like 30 bucks or something, which may be why it took me so long to repurchase it. But I do love that stuff. Next, we got, this is a highlighter. It is from Benefit, the cookie. I don't know, I was watching a YouTube video, and I think it was from Sarai Jones, and I believe she had this linked, and I thought it looked really pretty. And it had pretty good reviews, so I decided to go ahead and get this. It looked really nice. I got the Golden Pearl highlighter. I can't remember how much this was either, but oh well. And then the last thing that I got from Sephora was the Urban Decay All-Nighter. This I have used before. Last time I went through this phase of wanting to wear makeup, I went the cheaper route. I went with L'Oreal and I bought it at the drugstore and it was like $11.99 or something. But one mistake I've noticed I've made is even that one, I think I got it in like a 2W or something, like the warm, and I definitely feel like that was a little too yellowy for my skin tone. But regardless, I had used, I think I had like a sample of this one time or something. I don't remember where I got it from. Maybe I even bought it. I don't know. But I remember I used this and I did really like it. I didn't realize how small this one was. I was kind of being cheap because I was already spending a lot of money, so I went with the smaller size, not really thinking about how small this was. This is 1 ounce. But, so altogether at Sephora, I spent $204, I want to say. This is my receipt of exchange for because I figured it was easier to exchange the foundation while I was already there. Because I don't know, if you guys know, let me know, but like if I were to buy all this makeup and like let's say the foundation didn't like match, could I return it after trying it? I should have asked the girl and I didn't even think about it, but I don't have my receipt for how much I paid, but I want to say it was $204 at Sephora. All right, now let's move on to what I got at Ulta. So I got Sol de Janeiro, number 59. I love this. I've purchased this twice already off Amazon, but Sephora currently has, I think it's 25% off Sol de Janeiro, so I bought it there this time. I love using this as like an everyday spray, but I definitely want to buy like a fancier spray for when we have like our Christmas parties or like nice events like that. So I do need to look into that. Ulta currently has sales on a lot of their fragrances, and I think there was like a YSL that has like 5 stars. And I think there's a little bit of a sale on it. So I was like, oh, I should buy that. But I kind of want to smell it first, right? Like something like that, I feel like you don't just buy without smelling it. Just because it has a lot of good reviews doesn't mean like I'm going to like it, right? So I should probably go into the store for that. But anywho, Sol de Janeiro. And then I have been wanting to buy this for so long. I didn't realize they sold it in stores. I thought it was online only. And then I realized that Ulta has it. It is the Dibs. It is the Dibs Duo Stick. So it's the blush and the bronzer. So one side's blush, one side's bronzer. So I did shade 2. It's You Do You and Mood Boost. I don't know if that actually focused or not, but I'm so excited for this because, again, this is also something I've been wanting to try for a while, but I hate committing to things online because I feel like the return process is so much harder than when you buy it at a store, right? But again, makeup, I don't even know if I can return this after I use it. I feel like you can. I'm not sure. If you guys know, let me know. But regardless, I've heard really good things about that, and I think that was $36. So, what I liked about that was because I originally had a bronzer in my cart at Sephora, and then I was trying to find a blush, but the bronzer and a blush separately would have came to a lot more. I mean, I'm sure you get a lot more product, but I figured this was like a good way to start. Alright, I got interrupted and now I don't know where I left off. We were talking about the Dibs bronzer blush. Alright, so these other 2 products, I've already opened them and I've used them because I bought these 2 products before purchasing all of this stuff. So, the first one, it's a repurchase. I've purchased this so many times at this point. It is the Lancome mascara. Yes. You can read that. It is the Idole Lash Idole. I can't say it, but I love this mascara. I have an issue with mascara where like it will run under my eyes, and this one, it doesn't do it. I originally got this as a free gift. It was like a trial size free gift a while ago when I made an Ulta purchase. And I fell in love with it, and I have since then purchased it like 3 or 4 times. I love this stuff. Like last year for my birthday, my friend got me this. She's like, what do you want? It was like Christmas, I think. She was like, what do you want? Like for Christmas or your birthday? And I was like, mascara. So absolutely love this mascara. Now, this other thing that I got. Again, I mentioned I color in my eyebrows, right? So I typically use the Anastasia brow pencils. Like I used to use the brow definer and now it's just the regular pencil, and that's like what I have on today, you know, whatever. But I saw this and it intrigued me, and I don't know, I'm impulsive, so I decided to buy it. And when I first started using it the first day, at first I was like, oh my god, I hate this. And then by the end of it, I was like, oh no, I actually really like this. And like day 2 and 3, I really liked it. And on like the 4th day, my eyebrows were just so thick and I was like, oh god, I don't like this. At some point over the weekend, I used my Anastasia pencil again and I was like, oh, I like this so much better. And then yesterday, I used this stuff again and I was like, oh, I don't think I like this that much. I think part of the reason is the color of it. So as you guys can see, I've basically colored in my eyebrows black today. Can you see that? If they're not even, I apologize. Okay, I try my best, all right? My problem with my eyebrows is the hairs. I like don't have very many hairs like really close to the center, so I have to like really color them in. But anywho, now that I've pointed that out, you guys are probably gonna be staring at them. So what I got is this Benefit Browminoes. I get it, it's like Dominoes. I actually didn't even read the name up until this moment. And it comes with the brow pencil, the brow wax, and like the brow setter. But it is in like a black brown shade. And it definitely is more brown than black. So I feel like that's part of the reason I don't love it, but also just like I feel like it makes my eyebrows look so much thicker. And the other day when I had it on, I snapped my friend, I'm like, I am not feeling my eyebrows today. And she's like, no, I actually really like how they look today. So like, I don't know. I mean, we all have our preferences, right? So, I mean, I'm still going to use it because I obviously spent the money on it. But it also might look different once I have like a full face of makeup, right? So, like I said, these two things I had already purchased prior. And then in this order from Sephora, all I got was from Ulta was the Dibs and the Sol de Janeiro. And I want to say I spent like $60 or $70 between those two. Now, 2 questions for you guys. Two. 1, primer. I feel like I should buy a primer. So I do have 2 in my cart right now at Ulta. And the one has like 5 stars. I've never heard of it or anything, but it is the Lancome brand. Same brand as my mascara that I love. It is the La Base Pro Oil-Free Longwear Makeup Primer. So I'm debating between that one. That one's $45. Or that has 4.7 stars. And like when I read the reviews, they're all great. The other one that I'm debating, this actually also has 4.7 stars, is the Milk brand, the Hydro Grip Hydrating Makeup Primer with hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. I can't say. And that one for, say, like a 1 ounce bottle is $29. I don't know how big the Lancome bottle was. How big are you? So Lancome is definitely way more expensive. So I'm debating between those 2 primers. So please let me know if you have a recommendation on a primer, if you even think I should use a primer, if I shouldn't use a primer. I don't think I've used primers before when I've worn makeup. And it's not like the end of the world. So I don't know. And then the other thing, the last thing I'm contemplating buying right now as a Black Friday sale is $150 off. So my friend has one of these. I've used it like once to kind of test it out, but I didn't get a really good feel for it. And back then my hair was so much shorter, so I didn't really want to buy this. My hair has since grown pretty decently. If you guys want to know what I'm using that I believe helped my hair grow, let me know and I will share. We're not gatekeeping around here. So this is currently $150 off. It is the Shark Flex Style Air Styling and Drying System. If you have it, do you love it? Do you hate it? I apologize if this lighting is not that great. I really should have fixed the lighting in my room, but I wanted to make this video because I want to start using the makeup, but I needed to share, you know? We're all homies here. We're all girls, like. I need your guys' input, okay? Because remember, I'm not a big makeup wearer, so like, here's my Sephora and Ulta haul as a non-makeup wearer, really. But anywho, let me know your thoughts and opinions on the Shark Flex Style. Definitely not going for the Dyson because that price is just outrageous. That one is also on sale, but it's still like $500 on sale. And like, no, $200 I can do. My friend that has it loves it. she swears by it, but I want more opinions because it does have, I'm a big review reader. So that is why it also takes me so long to purchase things, because I read so many reviews, and it has 4.2 stars. So I'm like, 4.2, it's not the greatest. So would this lighting have been better if I did that? I don't know if that just made it better or worse, but we're gonna keep that on for the rest of the vlog. I mean, we're almost done here, but yeah, so leave your thoughts and comments down below as far as primers, if there's any other products you guys love and recommend, and let me know your thoughts on the Chark Flex Style. So with that being said, oh, and the last thing I bought, this was not from Ulta or Sephora, but it was from Target. It is a turntable for my makeup. So I'm gonna put all my brushes in here and then organize everything else neatly in there. So that was $15 at Target, so. All right, it is the next day, and I just quickly wanted to record to show you guys what the makeup looks like when it's on. I will say the only thing I didn't use was that eyebrow stuff that I told you guys that I didn't love. I did just use my Anastasia brow pencil today. I was in a slight rush because for whatever reason I decided at 8:30 in the morning that I wanted to try out this makeup today. And like, I have to leave the house by 9 o'clock, and at 8:30 both kids were still in pajamas. I had to make them breakfast. I had to finish packing Oliver's lunch. Like, there was just so much I still had to do. And for whatever reason, I decided I'm going to do my makeup today. So very quickly put it on. I didn't want to like overdo it. So I was just very lightly putting everything on. But I personally think it turned out really good. Like, it's like a very like natural looking, in my opinion, like no makeup kind of look. But I think the 2N was a perfect match. As far as foundation goes, the highlighter is highlighting. Let me bring you guys closer. Yeah, big fan of that. I got my lip plumping stuff on, and yeah, no, I'm a big fan. I think the makeup was all a hit. I love all of it. I will, one of these days when I have a little bit more time, maybe tomorrow, because Oliver doesn't have school tomorrow, so maybe tomorrow when I do my makeup, I will do it with the new eyebrow stuff I bought, just because that one I've noticed definitely takes me a little bit more time. I mean, it does have a few more steps in it, and I just feel like it takes me a little bit longer with that one. So maybe tomorrow I will do the makeup with that and see if I like how my eyebrows turn out when I have a full face of makeup on with that. But anywho, I just kind of wanted to show you guys the final look with the products I shared in case you guys are interested. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below letting me know your thoughts and if you have any input on the questions I asked, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video.